Hey everyone, this is Emily from By Emily Jane. I'm a professional Squarespace website designer and strategist. And in this video, I have done a homepage review for one of my email subscribers who asked me to do that for them. So there should be some good takeaways in here for anyone who wants to make some small changes to their homepage of their website, so that you can increase the chance that someone will be willing to buy from you. And if you want me to review your homepage here on the channel, feel free to let me know and I'd be happy to do that for you. And other than that, enjoy the video. So here is your homepage full review. And I'm just going to touch on some of the bigger things that stick out to me and let you know what you're doing great right now and some of the things that could help with your conversion from turning your site visitors into client leads. So first off, the top of your homepage made a great impression on me because I really like the color scheme and how consistent it is. I like how this photo really captivated me and it matches the color scheme that you have. So that's really great. Everything looks very put together. It's awesome that you have all these ways for people to get in touch with you in your header and in your footer. And the fact that you've listed out your location and what exactly you do right at the top of the page is like spot on and also really good for your SEO for showing for Google to show you to the right people. So one thing that I did notice was your services, which is one of the most important areas that people need to be able to look to before they're going to be ready to reach out to you. I find this quite confusing. And when I hover over wedding collections, then I actually start to get overwhelmed because I'm not sure what to click on. So if I feel that way, then I'm betting your clients feel that way even more so. And technically, this isn't a part of your homepage, but I did want to point it out because it's possible that this is preventing people from being confident enough to reach out to you and go ahead and get the ball rolling. So what I would do is with any of these tabs up here, I would try to eliminate this drop-down menu anywhere you can. So that maybe that means that you need to combine some of these pages into one. Or maybe for your services, you need to create one service landing page where it's sort of like a table of contents. And the purpose of that is just helping guide people to what they're looking for. Because if they click on services and then they see all these other options, it's going to be hard for them to figure out which one of these is right for me, because all they have is the title of the page, maybe their location, but other than that, maybe they don't know, like, do I want queen, princess, or ultimate? I don't know what that means. So I either have to click on every single one of these, which is too much work, or I will give up and go somewhere else. So you can see how that's a potential problem. So again, I would make more of like a table of contents page. Then you can give a little bit more context and guide people to help them figure out which one of these is right for them. But moving on to the rest of the homepage here, I think right after this big header image, this would be a great place for you to put some of the awards or features that you've done, because I noticed in your email signature, you mentioned these awards and these features, and it's very impressive, and it immediately gives me the impression that you know what you're doing and you've been around for a while. So instead of having them all hidden away on an awards and press page, which the average person isn't going to be very enticed to click and look at that page, so I would actually sprinkle them across other areas of your website to make sure that people notice them. And then this is a great section. You're welcoming people into your business. You're explaining what you do. But with this section followed by this section followed by this section, it's just a lot of words, and the average person is going to not want to actually read it because it's just too much work. So what you have to think, whenever visitors are on a website, they're going through pretty quick and they don't want to have to do a lot of quote unquote work by actually reading things. And so you can first try to edit this down. Any of this you can, condense as much as possible. That will definitely help. And then beyond that, you can break it up with more pictures. So for example, you could leave this first paragraph here, and then for these next two paragraphs where you're introducing who you are, I would put a picture of yourself next to it. So you can kind of move these words over and then have a picture on the left. And that will make it more engaging. It will help me remember your business better because now I have a face to match with it, and it just feels very inviting, and that way you can start to build that connection with your prospects right off the bat. And then here, this is awesome that you broke down the process into 3 easy steps. So something that might feel overwhelming to a client now feels very doable. But I think that you want to add some sort of graphic element here to keep them bouncing from one step to the next, instead of just having it look like it's a lot of words and they just skip right over it. So you could have an icon above each of these steps, or you could just have like a 1, 2, 3, like a big number, just to keep them engaged. And then this button, maybe you want to make it stand out a little bit more with a darker color, something like that. But it is great that you have that button there. Then with your testimonials, again, this is something that so many people leave off of their homepage. So it's awesome that you have these here. But if you needed permission, I'm giving you permission. You can totally edit these down and just pull out the most impactful part of these quotes. Or if you're not comfortable doing that, I would at least pull out the most impressive piece, like a phrase or a sentence that really shows how awesome you are, by just making that part bolder or bigger or a different color, something like that. And then if you can, move these images to the top of each of these testimonials. So that way, again, we're breaking up all of these words. It makes it a little bit more visually interesting. And this video, this is the only place right now on the homepage that I can see your face, but it took that long for your face to show up. So if you can, I would edit out the beginning of that video that just shows your logo, because it's not serving you in any way on this page. And like I said, so many people are going to be breezing through your website. If they even do get to the bottom of this page, which most people won't, but if they do, they're probably not going to sit here and wait for the video to start. So then when you click on the button to watch the full video, it's taking me to YouTube, and now I'm not on your website anymore. So someone would have to hit the back button. There's no guarantee that they're going to they're going to go back to your website at all. They might just start browsing YouTube. So you want to avoid having people leave your website as much as you can. So you can do that by you could have this button open the video in a new tab so that your website is still open in this tab. Or you can just keep the video on the page so that you don't have to go anywhere else to play it. And then I think your footer is great. It's organized really well. Again, there's lots of ways for me to get in contact with you. Here's a link to get started. And you have your info here, which is great for your search engine optimization.